Hey guys, what's up? We are Skyrmisher and we're here to answer some questions for Antichrist magazine. Let's go.
We're a thrash and death metal band from Germany and we have been playing in this formation since 2018. Previously to that, we've been playing in different formations and also under different names. And we just released our first album, Violent Onslaught.
There's no real militaristic background behind our name. It's just about the energy, the violence, the chaotic environment on this underground metal concerts. We enjoy that much, and yes, I think that's what the name and the term skirmish describe very good.
It's also a unit from Age of Empires 2.
Yes.
Violent Onslaught is our first full-length studio album that we've composed over around about 10 years, where we're covering different styles from death to thrash metal to punks to groove in some ways. It's a good arrangement of our current band style, I think, and during production at Coco Bolo Studios in Gießen, we have tried to acquire a modern sound but also stick to the roots of where we came from.
Yeah, we wanted like a modern metal sound, but you could also put, the punk vignette on it. It has to be still like garage and hard and brutal. That's what we wanted to achieve. On the album there are a lot of like typical thrash and death lyrics, like killing zombies, killing regular people, rage and stuff like that, but some songs touch a little bit more serious topics, for example war or greed, human greed. For example, our song Der Madenmann is about a Lovecraftian entity which steals all of your 20-cent pieces, so it's kind of like a humorous depiction of human greed. A lot of our songs are kind of just over the top shit because it's written in a way that you just can't take it serious anymore, so it's very self-aware but funny, and I think that's a nice little twist to the album. Okay, so one time Nicky here, he came to me and said, dude, I have this super awesome song written about two stag beetles fighting. I was like, yeah, that sounds fucking metal, but when I told him to show me that song, he admitted that had never written the song. So, but the idea of two fighting stag beetles kind of stuck with us. And then when it came to our album cover, we thought that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, we would like to come back to that idea of forces of nature fighting, and we were like having a little brainstorming and thought about what could be the most brutal thing that could come charging at you because of the name Violent Onslaught. It's already fitting, and we come back to why not make a war machine that resembles a stag beetle that's got a lot of exhaust pipes and sharp edges to it, so why not?
And also post-apocalyptic landscape, always fucking metal.
Common themes.
In life, we are regular dudes with regular jobs, from office guy to teachers to medics, normal things.
In my case, it all started with professional wrestling on TV and also some backyard wrestling clips on YouTube with all this 2000s metal music, but also, bands like Motorhead and Alter Bridge that did the theme songs for all the different wrestlers, and I think that's where my interest for heavy and hard music really started, to be honest.
Yeah, so for me it was actually quite similar because we've watched some wrestling together, so Maxi, Nicky and me. But apart from that, also video games and other types of media where metal and also rock music was involved.
Yeah, pretty much everything's been said. Mostly media consumption, video games, and yeah, that's where the good stuff is.
For me, it was from my parents. My parents are both metalheads. Well, not like the super extreme shit, but like Metallica, Rammstein, and stuff like that. So I was listening to it just in my household when I was a kid. But then I had a very long rap and hip hop phase, and then when I got into a new like circle of friends, they were all listening to metal, and so I got kind of drawn into it. And then my first metal festival started, and I was converted.
Slayer.
Yeah, so after we got into metal music from watching wrestling on television, we all started buying instruments and were all happy to get into it and start making our own music. And well, we just got together and started jamming a lot. And well, nobody was really proficient at his instrument yet. So we all learned to play it a bit more amateur-like during our rehearsals, and eventually got better. And the more we got together, the more progress we made. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course there is this constant struggle to find a rehearsal room where you're actually able to practice together in an environment that makes sense for metal music, and we've also faced quite some challenges there.
Yeah, some people didn't really like the sounds that were coming from our rehearsal rooms, so we had to find a new rehearsal room. But due to the awesome community we live in, we find one that is actually better than the old one, I would say. And yeah, we receive a lot of support, but there were some particular people who didn't like it that much. Let's put it that way.
And like, I think every underground metal, but I think every small band, money is always a problem.
Of course. What I would really like to do someday is to work with a rap artist to create something similar to what Body Count maybe has done, like a band or a project that refines like the dirtiness of metal, but also the dirtiness of rap music into something cool and unique. And if I had to dream, I would probably say Kendrick Lamar or Ice Cube, but yeah, that would be my take for that.
Also Taylor Swift for the cloud.
Yes, sir. I think that metal over the recent years has become more and more pop. Well, not become pop, but it absorbed a lot of elements of pop, especially when we're looking to like bands that are doing metalcore or some bands who have some trap elements also to it and stuff like that. I think that is not a bad thing because it kind of put metal more into the mainstream back again, because we are lacking of a real like guitar and rock mainstream at the moment. So I'm kind of glad that metal is taking that spot right now. But personally, I have to say, I don't want to sound elitist, but I think the sound that I personally like more is created by smaller or medium-sized bands who are like these very dirty and rough underground bands that we are part of and we are surrounded with.
I personally really enjoy the old school worship of the last like 2 decades, like all this new wave of thrash metal scene with bands like Warbringer, also this rising new wave of traditional heavy metal scene and all this black rock and roll stuff that is happening
Knife.
right now. Great bands like Knife, Midnight and all that stuff thrashing around, creating great heavy music. I think it's very important just to have a closer eye on the underground, especially your local underground, and don't always look on the big mainstream bands.
True.
Shredding.
Definitely shredding.
Definitely guitar shredding.
Shredding.
Of course, blast beats.
Anthrax supporting Slayer in Frankfurt.
Yeah, that was so fucking awesome. Like Anthrax already completely destroyed it, and then Slayer came to the stage and they played the perfect Slayer set. Was absolutely perfect.
My first Iron Maiden concert back in 2013.
For me, it's a non-metal concert, but it's the story so far in Eschwege.
Slayer in 2014 at Wacken, and my first time seeing Heilung at Summer Breeze.
Mosh pit.
Mosh pit.
6 a.m. rehearsal.
6 a.m. rehearsal.
Definitely not a morning person, so definitely 12 a.m. studio session. I get very creative when it's like late o'clock.
I also have to go with the rehearsal.
Studio at night.
Yes, sir.
My guilty pleasure. Yeah, a crab rave.
At the moment, I have to go with Pocket Full of Sunshine by Natasha Bedingfield.
Big Madonna fan here, Like a Prayer by Madonna.
For me, it's Untouched by the Veronicas.
Nonno Ken Radler by Carolina.
Well, first of all, we are playing some gigs this year at festivals and also some other stuff. We want to get back into writing for potentially a second and a new album. And also, we can't get into any more details, but we are at the moment planning to maybe do a second music video, so stay tuned for that.
A huge thanks to Antichrist Magazine for the interview. Check out all our social media platforms and listen to our new album Violent Onslaught on all the streaming services you know. Cheers!
Cheers.